live for you out in the paint shack. I think I'm gonna paint up sci-fi spacey scene and probably throw some dolphins on it. Pretty much going with the flow on this one. I've painted similar ones before, but we're gonna see how this one goes. But first, I'm gonna way out to the paint shack. I'm gonna give you a sneak preview of Friday's video. This one's really cool, so make sure you hit subscribe and turn them alarm bells on because I know you don't want to miss this one. So let's check it out.
It's working.
Yeah, you're gonna love that one. So here we go. Heading out to the paint shack. Beautiful day here where I'm from. Nice and warm, probably even a little bit hot, about 90 degrees. First, we're gonna show you the wildcats here. These guys, they populate the paint shack. They just kind of showed up one day and dug a hole under the door, so we're just gonna let them stay there. Been feeding them because I think they're pretty cool. So here we go. I'm getting out here to the paint shack. Now I got this poster board set out already and I done sprayed a little bit of a background, but I'm gonna turn this camera around, throw the phone in the saddle up. Throw the phone in the saddle up there. Ha! Man, I almost lost my voice. And we're just gonna get to painting. Let's get a look-see. Check this out. Yeah, looks good to me, man. I hope y'all enjoy this one. First, we're gonna set down our stencil and just paint a moon. We'll throw just a little bit of purple tint on my moon. Sometimes I like to do that. There we go. Give it the old whapper slapper. There we go.
Everything looks fine.
Everything looks good? Alright, Aaliyah. Go take care of the paint shack population cats. And then we'll give it a burn. Burn it, boy! Woo! There we go. Gotta get it put out there before I get too loud, don't I? Hold up. Now let's throw our stencil down. Booyah! Alright, here we go. A little bit of purple tint. A little bit of blue on there. And some stars. More stars. Lots of stars. Gotta have a lot of stars. Flick, 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 flick. Star, 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 star. Yeah. Cool, man. Let's see what we got. Nice. Nice looking moon there. Hold up here. Let me find some smoke stencils. Throw a little bit of fog around here. There we go. How about let's put a little purple frog too. We like some purple frogs sometimes. Just a hint or two of some yellow fog just to brighten it up. Man, that looks good, huh? Drop in them comments and tell me how good it looks. I like to see what people think about what I'm doing here sometimes. Now let's go back with some white and just put a few bits of bright clouds on there. There we go. I like it. I like that a lot. So, now, first things first, we're going to start off right here.
think right here we're gonna make a river to a waterfall. We're just gonna do that real quick. Maybe burn it. Woo! And then we'll get a little whapper slapper on there. Yeah, okay. Okay, boy, okay. There we go. Get out some cheap poster board here. Tear it up a little bit. And we'll just throw some white paint down. Take our serrated edge. And let's just start back here somewhere. And let's make it look like that water's moving forward a little bit. There we go. Now we'll start that. Put a few thick globbers on there. And then pull it down with the old whoosh and swoosh, okay? Swoosh, 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 swoosh. Sometimes maybe go back and just make sure it's got a little more movement on there, a little bit more character, because that waterfall kind of went lame on me there. It's all right though. It ain't that lame. It's still pretty cool. There we go. Now I'm gonna go back right here and I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna carve some rocks. I guess this one isn't really totally go with the flow. I've painted it a few times. It's just, it's been quite a while and I'm not used to painting it. I used to paint it every once in a while. I would paint it out on the carnival circuit. There we go. So there might be a few of these out there with a WUDZ on it, and that's Mikey Wudz, man, the man behind the cam, Freshest Art. Yeah, you know what? Let's throw a couple trees right here. I think it needs a couple little trees. There's one tree. Two trees. Cool, man, cool. Now I'm gonna go right here. And we're gonna put some fog on it. Kind of set that back a little ways. And then we're gonna go through. There we go. gonna put that there like that. Well, let's get some action on it. And I ain't worried too much right here. I'm just trying to get a little bit of movement in it because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna carve some special rocks onto it. But I like to use the paper to get a little bit of movement on there already because it just makes it look cooler if you ask me. Now let's throw some water down here. Let's see. What are we gonna do here? Let's go with purple. Purple. So a bit of pink. And some darker purple. A couple spots of yellow. Whoa, that yellow got a little bit out of control. Right here where the water goes. There we go. Now, I'm just gonna take my my poster board, kind of flatten it out on there, and just try to like walk it back and forth. Boom. I'm gonna go ahead while I still got my poster board right here, and I'm just gonna throw some mist on my waterfall, and then here we go. Let's carve out a couple more trees. Trees, trees, trees. Woo! Sometimes it's tough to get the scratching going over where that planet is. It's already paint's already kind of dried out. You start to lose the color underneath it, but it looks cool. Now let's put another tree right here. There we go. Nice. Now we're gonna go back and we're gonna carve them rocks like I told you I would. And it has been a while since I painted this one. It's kind of just like going with the flow on it again. There we go. Let's throw a little bit of 20 plants here that I go back and make some pretty flowers out of. Cool, cool, cool. And let's hit it with some fire. You know what? Better hold up on that for a second. It's not as dry as I like it to be. So, for these trees, go with some Galaxy Violet. How about a little bit of pink? And teal. That'll make a pretty cool tree. It'll go good with this color palette I got going on here, man. So we're gonna get my sponge loaded up. There we go. Load the sponge. I don't know where y'all are watching from, but I hope you're hitting that subscribe button because I could use some love. Always feels good to know that y'all like what you're seeing here. So drop down in them comments and tell me if you think it's cool. Don't just think it's cool. Let me know you think it's cool. Oh, lost my teal on that one. There we go. A little more teal on there. Got plenty of purple. We need a little more teal on there. There we go. Like that. Yeah, I sure do like how that one's turning out anyway. It looks nice. There we go. You know what? Should we make those pop right there? Let me think here for a second. Nah. We're gonna keep them blue, purple and teal, just like the other two. I think so we're gonna kind of keep this color palette pretty close to the same. There we go. You know what? We're gonna throw just a little bit more teal on there. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll go throw a little bit down around the bottom of the trees. Cool, man, I like it. Now, let's get some grass green going here. I'm gonna just flip my sponge around because I think I got a good spot still on it. Look at that grass green. Just to throw a little other. There we go. Nice. Just to brighten it up a little bit and make it a little more fun. It sure is hot out here in the paint shack, man. like a sticky hot. Doesn't do the best for the paint because it humidity doesn't help it dry any faster. Man, it sure does get me sweating. There we go. And up here we just try to throw a little bit of green grass. Just so it ain't so lonely. Bam! I like that. So, now, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw my dolphins on here real quick. Just put them right, just like that. I like that. Good place for them. Put some of that around. Here we go. Cool. So, let's pull this one off of here. Nice. They're looking pretty good. Let's close off the sides over here. A little more rocks. That'll draw you into that painting quite a bit. Do the same over on this one. And I'm gonna throw starburst up here. Let's throw one right here. Man, don't be so scared with that can. There we go. Now it's doing what I want it to. A little sensitive on that valve. You don't have to press the valve, buddy. Let's throw one right here, too. I think here's a good place for one. Bam. 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 About a couple shooting stars. We need a couple shooting stars, too. Put a couple right here. Right there. There. And that's cool. We're good on shooting stars right there. Let's go back to our grass green here. I think we might have a dry enough spot right here for it. Dry enough spot. There we go. And I'm just gonna put some grass before I carve the rocks, so it'll look like it's growing through them. Grass green. Let's throw a bit of clear coat on here. Sign it in, Dub. M-W. Arrow pointing up. 2 circles. And now we're going to carve some rocks. There we go. There we go. Do the same over here. Carve a few rocks. Cool, man. Cool. Now let's get the stems for some tulips. Just a couple down here. We don't want to overdo it. There we go. There we go. Now we're going to go back And we're gonna make something cool happen with these dolphins here. Let's get some different white paint, because that one got all clogged up on me, man. It happens. Just gonna scoop this up. And we're gonna make it look like they're splashing out of the water. Don't get too out of control on your splash like I did there. I got a hefty splash going on, man. But it still looks cool, I think. Let's get this freaking poster board is just floppy poster board. I tried out a different kind of poster board and it's not really agreeing with my style too well. I'm kind of on a learning curve with it, or it's on a learning curve with me. I don't really know, but gotta figure it out here. We're gonna make it look cool though. It's gonna do all right. Yeah, I like that. That's some splash action right there, buddy. Let's put a little bit of, there we go. Now we got some true splash action. Okay, so now we got a bunch of stems for some tulips, but we don't have no tulips yet. So that's going to be it's going to be a life bringer to this painting. It always is. Start out with some red. Like I said, I'm a bit out of practice here, but I'll bet you I get to practicing this one and I could probably paint it in 15 minutes. I don't know where I'm at on time. Don't really care because I'm just trying to put on a cool live display. Making some tulips. Let's put a couple just up here. Just barely tap it. There we go. Bowed out of my red. That sucks. We don't have a Hobby Lobby in my town no more, so I have to drive to get to Hobby Lobby, or I have to order enough spray paint that I can get the free shipping. I don't like to just order a couple cans and pay a whole bunch of money for shipping, because every time I pay money to ship spray paint, I'm thinking, man, that could have been 3 more cans of paint or 2 more cans of paint. So now I'm just going to take some yellow here, use the same sponge so I can get a bit of a blended color to it, and go back and we'll call them irises. Irises or tulips, either one. There we go. If you like Freshest Art, man, be sure you hit subscribe. Friday I got a good one dropping. Really cool space scene city. You'll see it at the beginning of this video. I gave a quick sneak preview for it, and it turned out really cool. So you don't want to miss it if you like spray paint art. don't want to miss any of what Freshest Art's got going. Sometimes I just go with the flow. I guess sometimes it's kind of going with the flow. I haven't painted it in a long time. Gotta let the anxiety go out on the paint instead of worrying so much about saying the right things. You know what I mean? There we go. I think one more starburst. One more starburst. Let's see if I can be successful here. Let's do this. Put it right here. Right here. It's barely on the paper. And that's it. One thing left to do here. I'm gonna seal it off with some clear coat. And then burn it, boy! Woo! Don't worry, that's just part of the show. Let's check it out here. Booyah! Well, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching it with me. Make sure you hit subscribe, like it. I see some comments. Hopefully I can get back to them later and go through the live chat and get some responses to it. But either way, man, stay fresh.